Okay, here we are back with Caliban and Stefano, where we left off our last lesson on page 547. That's where we last left off. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to remind you that we've got Caliban and Trinculo are actually under a blanket. So I'm going to write that down. And they are hiding, but this leaves Stefano is confused because he keeps talking about these 4 legs that he keeps seeing. So let's get started.
It torments me.
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs. Who at Goth as I take it, an ague? Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on neat's leather.
Do not torment me. Pretty. I'll bring my wood home faster.
Oh, he's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine afore, it will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that cattle and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt anon, I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works upon thee.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you, cat. Come, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. I can tell you of that soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be. He is drowned. And these are devils.
Oh, defend me! 4 legs and 2 voices. Oh, a most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine of my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, I will pour some in thy other mouth. Stefano, doth thy other mouth call me? Oh, mercy, mercy, this is the devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou beest Stefano, touch me and speak to me. For I am Trinculo.
All right, guys, let's pause for a second. A couple things that I want to point out here. We know he says that he will give him some relief, and we're trying to figure out why, and we'll kind of get to that answer as we go. Caliban is afraid that he is going to be getting in trouble or harmed, so he keeps telling Stefano, I will work for you. I can work hard for you. Please don't hurt me. We can hear Stefano says, if I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. So we know he thinks he can have him, that he's going to take care of this monster that we know is Caliban. Here we can see that Stefano is forcing Caliban to drink. In this case, we know that he has been getting drunk on ale, and so he is forcing him to drink here. Here Stefano realizes that there are actually 2 voices that he can hear, and we start to realize that Stefano and Trinculo realize that they know each other from the ship. So let's continue once they realize that, hey, wait, I know you.
Oh, be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by thy lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Trinculo, indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon town? Can he vent Trinculos? How now, moon calf? How dost thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new content. Swear!
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I fear to him a very weak monster. The man in the moon, a most poor, credulous monster. Well drawn, monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my God.
When God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then. Down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. I could find it in my heart to beat him, but that the poor monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee, and get thee wood enough. Plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster, to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee big nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scammels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, cap. Hello, Trinculo. We'll fill him again by and by.
Farewell, master! Farewell! Farewell!
Howling monster! A drunken monster!
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
All right, and the men continue to be silly and drink and do what they are set off to do. Let's look at a couple of the points that I want to bring up to you. Can you turn to page 548? Every time he refers to moon calf means monster. We know he's referring to Caliban. And we know that finally Trinculo and Stefano are reunited. Okay, so they have now found each other, reunited. I'm going to put from the shipwreck. So they've reunited from the shipwreck, and they keep on talking about swearing upon the bottle and kiss the book. And the book is going to be this bottle of ale, because these men keep getting more and more drunk. And another thing that they keep doing is they keep forcing Caliban to drink. And because Caliban is indigenous to the island, we have to assume that Caliban has not had alcohol before. And so Caliban begins to get drunk. So we've got these three crazy guys drinking together. This last page, page 549, I want you to see how Caliban starts to talk about swearing his allegiance to Stefano. I may have spelled that wrong, friends. I'll have to look that up at another time. So excuse me, I think I may have spelled allegiance wrong. And he says, I'll show you around the island. We can see that here and we can see it there. They both connect. Caliban talks about this wondrous man, and that wondrous man is Stefano. And I want you guys to start to think now. I'm going to leave you with this question. Why would Caliban want to worship Stefano? And I think that answer is going to become more clear to us when we get to Act 3. So I want you to pay attention to that when we get to Act 3. My friends, that's the end of Act 2. We leave the act with a couple of drunken men here. We should now be able to complete these 3 questions. And make sure that you're also paying attention to your character chart if there's anything that you need to add. Take care, guys. See you soon.